we have a roommate and his girlfriend have just arrived. We asked them to wait for a second, so we can see how the dogs react when there's people at the door. So what I'm going to do is, if I open the door with their here, you already have the problem with them being a door dasher. What I'm going to do is explain they need to stay away. I'm taking territory essentially. So now I'm going to walk backwards to the door. I'm going to be preemptive. So I'm not going to allow them to cross this line. Every time when I go to the door, there's triggers that precede the door opening. It usually causes the dogs to come forward. So I want to go through these sounds so the dogs understand. Just because I hear the sound doesn't mean I can go in. So first I keep my hips pointed at them. I get to the door, I jiggle it, then I'm going to open it just a crack. 1 sec, I apologize. No problem. Come on in. Perfect. All right. Sorry to make you guys wait out there.
Hi, guys.
I'm just trying to demonstrate a different way of opening the door without the dogs running free. So I'm going to go through off camera all the little steps that we're doing, what we did.
Do you want me to stop?
What's that?
Do you want me to stop?
No, please keep going.
Okay.
So the main thing is you're keeping your hips pointed at your dogs. Your authority goes whichever direction you're facing. For dogs, this is confrontational, this is approachable. So if I go to the door and I turn like this, now my authority is going here. So when I go to the door, once I pass this line, then I turn, and now I'm a goalie, like in soccer. I'm not going to let the dogs cross. Now, if I have guests that come in and they're not dog people, they can hang out here on this tile, and the dogs are not allowed to interact with them until the guests cross this threshold. You got an LAY here. Now, I'm not going to tell them to sit or lie down or go there or go there. All I want them to do is stay out of this area here. There's nothing but air between them and the door. So they have to exhibit and develop the self-control themselves. If you practice this enough, eventually what will happen is they'll come and sit at this position and say, are you going to go answer the door? And then it becomes muscle memory, and you don't have to worry about it each time. Now, the first several times when you as soon as you pass the line, turn, and focus on one dog at a time. A lot of people try to get both of them, the dogs go around you. So just focus on one. If I get one move back, the other one is there, what I would do is walk backwards. I take a step and I pause and I read the dogs. If they stay in place, I take another step backwards. If one of them crosses the line, then I rush and hiss at the same time, and I don't stop until they get across the line here. Then I go back to the door, and then I'm going to break it down into individual steps. You saw they both looked as soon as they heard that sound. So the first step is to just jiggle it. The second step is to open a crack. Third step, I step and I keep myself in front of the door before I open it. And then I would come back typically and I would jiggle this one. Now I already knew the roommates had opened the door. But I'm going to have them practice this. Now, this is not an appropriate greeting. You don't want to typically answer your door butt first. So what I would suggest you do is practice this with each other and with your roommates. When you're coming home, before you even get on the street, text, are you home? Door exercise. If you're home, you respond yes. Don't be waiting at the door, but I would make sure this door is closed. It's about to be winter time, so it will be. Make sure your blinds are kind of at an angle so they can't see out, and then just be sitting in the room ready. What typically happens is our dog gets to the door, and then we rush and we're flustered because it catches us when we're not ready for it. Well, we've texted each other, so now we're ready. So you get up casually. One of the things that sets dogs off is we get up and we rush to the door because we're trying to stop the barking. That does not stop the barking. It actually usually makes it worse because now look how fast my humans are moving. So if I'm just very casual about it because I know who it is, they're in on it because they're our roommate, then that gives us a chance at practice. This is usually 6 or 12 times, and then the dogs stay right there and they wait for you to answer the door. And this way we don't have to worry about them running away. They won't bark at the guest as much because the guest is a little bit further away, so it's not as intense. And as we saw when I first came in, there was a little bit of redirected aggression of going at each other. Hey, get out of my way. I'm barking at them. No, I'm barking at them, and you have a fight that erupts. Mm-hmm. Well, now they can't get close to them anyway, so they're worried about staying behind here rather than focusing on the other dog. That should mitigate that as well. So this is how we can answer the door with a little bit of structure and prevent the dogs from jumping up on our guests and from escaping.